This is TV18 and you're watching CNBC TV18.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.
Hello and welcome to the special series on CNBC TV18, the Corporate Star Grand Prix. I'm Shereen Bhan, and over the next 5 weeks you will meet some of India's hottest young CEOs, and they're going to be on track talking not just about their company's strategies but also about the fun that they're going to be having right here at the Budh International Formula One circuit. A man who has been spearheading Mercedes' turnaround strategy joins us now for this special conversation. Eberhard Kern, thanks very much for joining us here on CNBC TV18. It's been a great year for you, 2013, a great year for Mercedes. This is the year that you actually tried to turn things around for the company. You called it your strategy of offensive, and it certainly seems to be paying off for you. What do you think has been the biggest reason for the kind of turnaround that we've seen in the Indian car market for you?
Yeah, you're right, Shereen. In the beginning of the year, we called it the year of offensive for Mercedes-Benz, and we defined 4 strategic pillars what we follow. The one is new products. The second pillar is our dealer network and the expansion of this. The third pillar is the total cost of ownership, what we are going permanently to optimize for our Mercedes-Benz customers here in India. And the fourth pillar is the fascination of the brand. We do a lot of drive experience events and we set up a whole series of different events to bring our customers and as well potential customers closer to the brand and means more into the car. And if you look at all these 4 pillars, I would say the strategy pays out because we focus on all the 4 of them. It would be not enough just to pick one and do this.
Absolutely. So it's not just the fact that you've actually decided to launch more price-sensitive or economical luxury cars in the Indian car market. That's just one of the pivots around which you're building your strategy. Yeah,
actually, and it's not just like that. Of course, we have new entry models, the luxury compacts like the A and the B class, but we introduced as well the new E, the new GL, what is our top luxury SUV. We introduced the G63 AMG at the other end of the price scale. So for this year we launched 6 new products, and all of them are really in good demand, in very good demand. So India appreciates this new style of Mercedes-Benz.
But speaking about the India story and the Indian economy, we've seen a significant slowdown in the overall Indian economy. I mean, gone are the days when we were talking about 8% plus kind of growth. We're now struggling at about 5.5. We'd be lucky if we even get to 6. How has that impacted your plans? Are you seeing a visible slowdown as far as the luxury car market is concerned?
I can't speak for the complete luxury car market because not all of the brands publish their figures. But I can speak for Mercedes-Benz. In our case, it's very different. The first 7 months, we grew by 22%. And if I look at the last 2 months, the growth was even faster.
So how do you explain that? In a slowing economy, you've actually got luxury car makers like yourself seeing strong, robust, double-digit growth.
There are major reasons for that. First of all, it has to do, of course, with our new strategy, and it has to do with new products we introduced to the Indian market. And all the new products are doing very, very well. Secondly, I believe that a luxury car customer is not this much affected directly by increasing fuel prices or inflation or high interest rates or the slowing down GDP. We see more a dependency on the stock market. So when the stock market is good, business usually is good.
But the stock market's shaky right now. So what does that mean then for your business?
Yeah, it was shaky in the last weeks. So if I look back, but actually we are happy, because even in these times where it was shaky, there was no negative impact. The business of Mercedes-Benz is still doing very well.
The rupee depreciation, that must have had a significant impact as far as your business is concerned, even though you do have your own manufacturing facility and the degree of localization is perhaps much higher than everybody else in the business here. But it is going to hurt you.
Yes, 3 out of 4 Mercedes-Benz cars what we sell in India are locally manufactured in our factory in Chakan near Pune. But of course we import quite a lot of parts and kits, and those imports usually happens out of the dollar or the Eurozone. And the business model gets under a kind of threat if you pay costs in euro or dollars and you sell in rupee. So therefore we were forced to do a price hike. But most of the rupee depreciation we just try to somehow absorb. We gave only 2.5 up to 4.5% to the market.
Do you anticipate that this kind of uncertainty, especially as far as the currency is concerned, is going to adversely perhaps impact your plans in the long term, because you may be forced then to pass on more price hikes?
No, actually I don't believe in that. We are true believers in the Indian story. As a developing country, there is always up and down.
What gives you the confidence? And I find that interesting because, everybody else is talking about how foreign investors have lost faith in India, how foreign investors would much rather look outside of India, how even domestic companies would much rather do business outside of India than in India. So what gives Mercedes the confidence in the India story today?
Yes, of course. The question is very valid. At the moment we are investing into our plant. We are doubling the capacity. It will be ready by the beginning of next year. So the good thing is we will be future ready. Whenever it bounces back in the other direction, we are just already there. Secondly, I used to be responsible give you an example, on the sales and marketing of Mercedes-Benz in Russia in the period from 2005 to 2010. Russia, another BRIC country, there we faced tremendous growth from 5 to 7, and in 8 it just crashed. We lost nearly 50% of our business, but it came back just the next year. In 9 it was just as nothing happened. And having this experience that it could be very quickly in the other direction, I'm really not too worried about what's going on right now.
चलते चलते आँखें झुक गई, चलते चलते मैंने ली अंगड़ाई, चलते चलते
Johnson Tiles.
The nominees who gave it their best shot, the eminent jury that evaluated and scrutinized, and an extensive judging procedure
gave a fair chance to everyone to present their case, and gave a good guideline and overall framework to the jury.
Before we sat down to judge them, there was a good amount of discussion on what should we be really looking for.
These platforms are invaluable and more of them should come up.
Catch the Inclusive India Jury Round at these times only on CNBC TV18.
Presented by ICICI Foundation. Knowledge Partner Dasra. Print Partner The Caravan. Open. Hindu Business Line and Entrepreneur.
Let's look into future India with BP, where energy makes over 1 billion lives better. Energy found in the most challenging places, discovered in the deepest waters, and seen even through the rocks by bright, innovative minds. With investments in lubricants, oil, gas and petrochemicals, we'll fuel this future together. BP in India. There is energy in this partnership.
Investing in stocks is all about making smart choices.
Send us your query and we'll help you cut through the noise and take the right call.
Email email yourmoney@moneycontrol.com or SMS YS space your stock query and send it to 51818.
And get the definitive analysis to help you make the best investment decision.
Your stocks at these times, only on CNBC TV18. MCX Stock Exchange, India's new stock exchange, presents Your Stocks.
मेरा टाइम तो अब भी चल रहा है।
ओह, तुम रोज और यंग होती हो।
मैं तो दादी से सीखी हूँ।
PC Jeweler for generations.
From the producers of 6 successful investor-thons comes a brand new season of standing up and showing your support for the Indian investor, for the health of the Indian capital markets, for building a bigger and stronger investor base, and turning words into action by running at the investor-thon. NSE and CNBC TV18 proudly present Investor-thon 2013. Coming soon.
Presented by National Stock Exchange.
You were talking about your experience of working in Russia. You worked in Taiwan as well. How different is India from some of the other BRIC economies? Is it harder to do business in India? Is it easier to do business in India? What's been the big learning for you?
You can't compare India to Taiwan. Taiwan is a very much developed country, settled country. It is not developing this much. It's on a high level already, and Mercedes-Benz has an extremely good business over there. I give you one figure. In Taiwan, the market share of Mercedes-Benz is 4% of the total market. In India, all the luxury brands together
is 4%.
No, it's much less. It's 1.2 or 1.3%. So you see which potential still is there.
Sure.
Russia and Taiwan, Russia and India, yes, this I would say you can compare a bit better. Yeah? When I started in Russia in 2005, the sales over there was much less than today in India. So the starting point in India is already higher. And Russia from 2005 to 2013, in a period of 7-8 years, sales developed 10 times.
And I would imagine even in terms of the way that the government functions and the bureaucracy and all of that, perhaps more comparable, India and Russia?
Yes and no. Yes and no. It's not directly comparable. Every country has its own specifica. But of course, in Russia, doing business is not as easy. It's not easy going. Russia is not a part of the World Trade Organization. You have taxes and customs as well over there. There is bureaucracy. There are other habits what impact you. So it's not easy, as India is not easy. But India is a fascinating country, and India offers a luxury brand, what Mercedes-Benz is, a lot of perspective. And this gives me really a confidence that especially the strong brands will do well. And this we experienced everywhere in the world. When the business is shaky, the strong brands do better.
Absolutely. What's the message to your competitors, Audi and BMW?
No, there's no message to any competitors. We are just.
But it's a fascinating battle, you know, on who's number one, who's number two, sales data available, not available. What do you make of it? It's a pretty fascinating battle.
You know, these 3 German brands, they fight each other everywhere in the world. Yes and no, because why are we here? We are here to do a sustainable and to do a profitable business. And if you do your job right, the results come by itself. So we are not too much looking left and right. We try to define our strategy and to follow our strategy. And what comes out, we will see. Right now, we are very happy with the development of Mercedes-Benz in India. And I would like to take this chance to say thank you to all of our very loyal customers in India. So we are really proud of every single Mercedes-Benz customer here.
Absolutely. We're on a Formula One track. So let me ask you, are you a follower of the sport?
Yes, I'm an absolute fan of the Formula One.
So it's been a good year for Mercedes as well, both on the constructors standing as well as the drivers rankings.
Yes, but you always want more, you know. I'm happy that.
But were you surprised? Because it seems like Ross Brawn is surprised by the turnaround. He seemed to suggest that they weren't anticipating this strong a comeback in 2013.
I'm happy to see that. Yeah, the slogan of Mercedes-Benz is the best or nothing, and we always strive for the best. And I'm happy to see that the Formula One Grand Prix team now is very competitive, and they are very quick if it comes to qualifying. Yeah. So the last 7, 8, or even 9.
Yeah, they've been right up there.
They were on pole. In the race, sometimes it pays out and Mercedes wins. Sometimes the others. It's a tough competition. There are obviously 3 very strong teams at the moment. What is Red Bull and Ferrari and the Mercedes-Benz AMG Grand Prix team. Let's see. The season is just in the middle. Yeah? We have 8 or 9 more races to go.
Including the race here in India. Yes. Are you disappointed with the fact that we're not going to see a race next year in India?
It is a bit. On the other hand, the next race, what I understood, will be in March of 2015 already. Yeah. So this is just 17 months between the 2 races. What is okay somehow.
But what are the plans for the AMG Academy here in India? Motorsport hasn't really been a big deal here in India. I know a lot of manufacturers like yourselves are trying to sort of up the tempo, but what do you have planned for the AMG Academy?
The AMG Academy is now the 2nd year already in India. We started with the AMG Academy basic course, what we offered last year for the first time, and this year we extended to the next level. The experience is that it is in very high demand. Yeah? It doesn't come for free. We sell it, and the complete year is sold out. Obviously, there is high demand in India for this high-end experience on these performance cars, AMG. We are, together with AMG, we are developing further, and the year 14 will show you some new initiatives. I give you another example. There is this Young Star Drivers program. We invited young Indians to start a race career. And it was fascinating. It was just fascinating. We received more than 3,200 applications. Young Indians in the age group 16 to 25. And application doesn't mean only click somewhere and you apply for. No, you have to provide all your documents, a formal application, a lot of work behind. Sure. So there was a real hype developed around this Young Star Drivers program, and the final 12 ones are competing each other here on this boot circuit, and we take 3 of them to Germany, to further develop, and even the winner will have the chance to do a kind of internship, a trainee program at our Formula One team. So there is a lot going on, and yes, you're right. Motorsports is still on a developing stage, but we see more and more interest in motorsports in India.
So before I let you go, I'm going to wrap this up with a quick round of questions. We're on a Formula One circuit, so I'm going to fire them at you. Let's play a game of word association. So, Schumacher.
An idol.
BMW.
A brand what I heard about.
Okay. India.
A fascinating country.
Mercedes.
A big success story in 2013.
Thank you very much for joining us on CNBC TV18. Have you picked up any Hindi yet?
No. Actually, no. There I had no time to. We have 58 dealers here in India, and it was on my target list to visit all of them in the first 6 months. Finally, I didn't succeed. I was only at 46, so 12 more to come.
12 more to come, and perhaps a soundbite in Hindi the next time we see you.
Yeah, okay.
Eberhard Kern,
I promise.
A pleasure speaking with you. Thanks very much. We wish you the very best of luck, and we hope that your offensive strategy continues to reap dividends for Mercedes-Benz in India.
Thank you so much.
Time for us to take a break, but when we return, I'm going to get the man who's going to be coaching all our CEOs to get behind the wheels right here on the Formula One track. A chat with Norman Simons, one of our instructors, after the break.
डैडी हमें कभी दो जिस्म एक जान नहीं होने देंगे।
घबराओ मत मीना, मैं तुम्हें भगा के ले जाऊंगा अपने स्कूटर पे।
सरकार पेट्रोल की कीमतें बढ़ाने जा रही है। आज
ग्लोबल क्रूड ऑयल प्राइसेस आर राइजिंग अमर। तुम्हारी स्कूटर की एवरेज तो तुम्हारी सैलरी से भी कम है।
खबरें बनती है आपकी पावर, इसलिए न्यूज नेशन पर हर खबर सोच समझकर। Financial inclusion or bringing the unbanked into the banking world has been an ongoing effort of the Indian government for over 6 years now. Watch eminent bankers and policymakers brainstorm to make financial inclusion a reality. CNBC TV18 and Indian Overseas Bank present the Financial Inclusion Agenda, co-presented by Allahabad Bank, powered by State Bank of India. At these times, only on CNBC TV18.
Presented by Indian Overseas Bank, touching hearts, spreading smiles. Co-presented by Allahabad Bank, Har Kadam Aapke Saath. Powered by State Bank of India, the banker to every Indian.
I love cars and I test them to the very limit and sometimes beyond.
I have your weekly dose of news, analysis and exclusive happenings in the automotive sector.
I've tested every motorcycle launched in India for the past 13 years. I help you make the right buying decision.
I am Overdrive.
I am Overdrive.
I am Overdrive.
Servo presents Overdrive at these times.
Servo Overdrive, presented by Servo, world-class lubricants from Indian Oil. Add Servo, add life. In association with Airtel and Binani Cement.
It's when CEOs
were an aggressive acquirer,
plot their next move.
Foreign direct investment, or at least hike that cap.
When decision makers,
I see no major obstacles in it.
Make the decisions.
I could have done better.
When investors spot the market trend. When policymakers,
we have to be prepared.
Shape the future.
I'm not inventing.
It's when India watches, understands, and acts. India Business Hour. It's when big ideas become bigger.
That is the big story tonight.
India Business Hour, presented by Binani Cement, Sadiyon ke liye. In association with Toyota Fortuner.
Preserve your memories. Shop SanDisk and holiday in Hong Kong. Details on sandisk.in/promo.
CNBC TV18 and Hindustan Unilever present Lessons in Marketing Excellence Season 5, coming soon.
Presented by Hindustan Unilever Limited. Powered by Lenovo, for those who do. Associate sponsor Frederic Constance Geneve.
Welcome back. You're watching our special series Corporate Star Grand Prix right here on CNBC TV18. I'm joined now by the star of this entire thing. Norman, thanks very much for joining us, because you're going to be taking all our CEOs and actually getting them to drive these fabulous machines. Do you have an instinctive feeling about who's going to be a good driver, who's not going to be that good behind the wheels?
I think after the first half day, yes, you definitely got it. But actually sometimes you already got it the night before when you have spent some time with the customers having dinner. You already get a feeling what kind of type he is on approaching these kind of events. And you already know how to basically get them a little bit, calm them down.
What were you watching out for?
No, sometimes just the way, you know, people approach life and approach conversations and you know, things they talk about. Sometimes you can see someone is more a cautious person, someone is more like a bit of aggressive person, not in a negative way, obviously in a positive way. And you already can, you know, take these people already in the morning and steer them to the right direction. But I must say, so far everybody's doing a great job. Everybody's a very good driver, to be honest, and safe driver, which is very important for us. AMG, Mercedes, has a high priority on safety, obviously, and also our events are preliminary safety based, but also a lot of fun. And
yeah, absolutely. But you know, we're here at the Buddh International Circuit. You've been a regular visitor here to the Formula One track. What do you make of it? How does it compare with the other tracks that you've worked with?
I think if you compare the track, it's not much huge different to other tracks. I think track is a racetrack. Obviously, Formula One racetrack always give us an important point is safety. The runoff area is quite wide because it's about regulation from the FIA. So we'd rather go to Formula One tracks than on tracks with a grade 2, which are on a lower safety base. They have less runoff area. Because again, always something can happen, and for us important that our customers leave the day in a safe manner and in one piece.
Yeah, but tell me about yourself. What made you want to do this for a living?
Yeah, it's. I think we have apparently more than 30 instructors at the driving academy, and spending time worldwide teaching different nations on driving.
Did you grow up thinking that this is what I wanted to be
Not really. I mean, obviously we're all race car drivers or ex-race car drivers, and apparently it comes out of the situation. You've been approached by manufacturers because you spend time with them, and obviously the knowledge you gathered throughout your racing career, you're going to try to transfer to the customer. And it's something which comes automatically, and working for such a brand like AMG, obviously it's a privilege, and it's nice. We have very good customers around the world, and it's a pleasure. And especially in India, I must say, I did all the events since the start of the driving academy.
Yeah.
It's been a very nice time, and I must say, very good drivers. The talent definitely is here.
Excellent, that's good to hear. But if not a Mercedes, what would be your dream car to drive?
AMG.
All right, thanks very much, Norman, and we wish you the very best of luck with everything that you are going to be doing here with the drivers who've turned up with a lot of excitement and enthusiasm to be coached by you. Thanks very much for joining us on CNBC TV18.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
With that, it is time for us to wrap up our very first episode of the Corporate Star Grand Prix series. 4 more weeks of excitement coming to you from the Budh International Circuit. So stay right there on CNBC TV18. From all of us here on the team, goodbye. Many thanks for watching.
Next week, we meet the 16 participants of the Corporate Star Grand Prix Race to the Checkered Flag as they sit through a briefing by the experts.
Important is, everybody should only drive as fast as he feels 100% under control of the car and feels comfortable as well.
And they keep saying that the car never fails, it's always the driver. It puts a lot of pressure.
I think I'm really looking forward to tomorrow, and the half an hour that we had in there has really prepared me.
They said the maximum they see in Go here is about 250. So I'm aiming for that.
Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
National